Very good morning, students. We have completed our chapter capacitor and dielectrics, all the concepts including with the numericals. Now it's time to start our new chapter, chapter number 5, electric resistance and Ohm's law. This chapter is all about how the current flows in a circuit, what are the factors that affects the resistance of the conductor, what are the basic fundamentals behind the resistance, how the resistance is provided by any conductor, and how we can change this resistance, what is the effect of resistance on the current in the circuit. So we'll study all of these quantity. We'll see a very, we can say, microscopic picture on which these factors depends. So we will start with a very important and basic topic of this chapter known as electric current. See, electric current is basically, it's like if we talk about the human body, then electric current is like blood. You know that in human body, if blood doesn't go to a certain part, then that part becomes dead. Similarly, in electrical circuit also, if in any part electric current doesn't flow, then that part will not work. Like the veins in a human body, it's like the wires in electrical circuit. Like to flow the blood, we need some connecting path to the different organs and different part of the body. Similarly, in electrical circuit, there are connecting wires which connect from the source to the different part of the electrical circuit. In human body, the blood is circulated in our all body with the help of a heart. It pumps the blood in a complete body. Similarly, if we talk about electrical circuit, the voltage source do the same work as the heart does in our human body. It pushes the current in all of the parts in electrical circuit. So if you compare these such like that, you will understand how and why this current is so important in electrical circuit. Let's talk about the basic definition. So electric current is denoted by letter I. All of you know that. So current is nothing but it is the rate of flow of charge in a circuit. That means charge per unit time, that is I equals to Q by T. That's your electric current. If you talk about the SI unit, it is ampere. You know that electric current is the one of the 7 fundamental quantities, right? And ampere is also fundamental unit. 1 ampere is equals to 1 coulomb upon 1 second. So sometime in exam you have to write the definition of 1 ampere. So from this relation you can find the definition of 1 ampere. You don't have to memorize it. So when 1 coulomb of charge flows in a circuit in 1 second, then the current constituted by this charge will be 1 ampere. Okay, so that is 1 ampere. What is the direction of flow of current? Let's see. So direction of current is always opposite to the direction of flow of electrons. So if in any circuit, if the electrons are going from, let's say, from B to A, then current in that circuit will be from A to B. It's quite simple. We are studying this from the class 10th, right? Now, as you can see that current depends upon charge, and charge, we can see the quantization of charge is electron. So that means we can find the value of current in terms of charge also. According to quantization of charge, Q is equals to multiple integral of the charge of electron E. That is, Q equals to N into E. You must have noted one thing, that in the chapter first we have write Q equals to NE. We show the number of electron with small n, but here I am writing it capital N. There is a reason behind it, because in this chapter capital N and small n, they both have different meanings. When we write small n, that means we are talking about the number density, which means number of electrons in a particular unit of volume. And when we write capital N, it means we are talking about the total number of electrons. We are now, the number of electrons are not limited to a particular volume. So that's why I have written capital N here, which is total number of electrons. So from the first formula, that I equals to Q by T, the formula will become NE by T. So this is one more formula in terms of number of electrons flowing in a circuit. Sometime a question comes in exam that find out the number of electron flowing per second in any circuit so that the current in the circuit is 1 ampere. Let's see an example. Find number of electron flowing per second in circuit which provides current of 1 ampere. I must say that this question is very, very important. Okay, so now we know that, let's do the solution. The value of current I is 1 ampere here, and time is 1 second, because it says flowing per second, right? So we have to find the number of electron, how many number of electron constitute the current of 1 ampere, right? So we know the formula I equals to NE upon T, right? Because we have to find the value of N, that's why we are applying this formula, not Q by T. So N will be, what will be N? N will be I into T divided by E. I and T is 1. I is 1 ampere, T is 1 second, and what is the value of E? This is the charge of electron. It is 1.6 into 10 to the power minus 19. So when you solve it, you will get N equals to 6.25 into 10 to the power 8. That means when this much electrons flows in a circuit in 1 second, then they will constitute current of 1 ampere. See, 1 ampere current, somebody thinks that 1 ampere is a very small amount of current, but no. 1 ampere current is good enough to give a fatal shock to human body. Even if continuously 1 ampere current flow through the body, it will make so much damage to the body. So 1 ampere current is not that small, it's quite a good value of current. Okay, that is the this is the number of electrons. Now like in the previous part I have written that the direction of current is opposite to the flow of electron. Now some people think that current have magnitude, right, and it has direction also, that means it is regarded as vector quantity, but this is not the case. Current is not vector quantity, because the definition of vector quantity is not only that the quantity having the direction as well as the magnitude will regarded as the vector quantity. It is not the complete definition. According to complete definition, if any quantity obeys the triangular law of vector addition, then only it can be regarded as vector quantity. So let's talk about this more. Let's take an example of a well-known vector quantities, force. Let at a point two forces are acting like this. This is one force F1 and this is the another force, this is F2, and this is the angle 1 inch, let's say theta 1. So the resultant force F we can find out by F equals to under root of F1 square plus F2 square plus 2 F1 F2 cos theta, right? Now if we change the value of theta here, what will happen? Suppose now I make this diagram such like this. Now you can see that now the forces acting on this point are quite they are anti-parallel to each other, they are acting in the opposite direction. So if the magnitude of both the forces is same, the resultant force in this case will be 0, right? When F1 and F2 are same, then force will be 0. That means force is the resultant force changes when the angle between the given two component of force change. That means it is obeying the triangular law of vector addition. So let's say that this law is worked for the current also. Let's check. Suppose we have current. Let's take two current coming from two different paths and they are coming at the same node. Let this is I1 and this is I2. Let I1 is 1 ampere and let I2 is 2 ampere. When they combine the node, let the angle is theta 1 here. I become I1 plus I2, that is 3 ampere. If we change the angle between the wire, now the current is coming like this. And they are going to this wire. This is I1 again 1 ampere. This is I2 again 2 ampere. When they meet at a point, they combine to form I equals to I1 plus I2, which will be again equals to 3 ampere. So you can see here in the example that the magnitude of current is independent of the angle between the two components of current. It means current is not obeying the triangular law of vector addition. Hence, the current is not vector quantity, but it is a scalar quantity. So whenever you check on the vector quantity, just not see that is it that the quantity have magnitude as well as direction. Check if it is obeying the triangular law of vector addition also. If it do so, then only it can be regarded as vector quantity. The next topic is current density. Current density is basically defined as the current per unit cross-section area at any point. So it is denoted by the letter small j. As I said, it is I equals to A I upon A. What will be unit of current density? Unit will be obviously ampere per meter square or ampere per centimeter square. Dimensional formula of J will be L minus 2 into A, because here it is meter square, which will come on the numerator, it become negative, so L minus 2 into A. J, that is current density, is vector quantity. It is vector quantity. So if it is vector quantity, it must have some direction. So direction is along the motion of positive charge. Direction is along the motion of positive charge. As you know that fundamentally positive charge do not move anywhere, because positive charge resides inside the nucleus. The negative charge can only flow in the circuit. As you know that if the negative charge is going in this direction, so conceptually positive charge will flow opposite to it, in that way in this direction. And we also know that the current flows opposite to the negative charge or in the direction of positive charge. So motion of positive charge can be regarded as the direction of current. Direction of current. So we can also say that the direction of this current density is in the direction of electric current. Now let's say what is the definition of current density. The current flowing through unit cross-sectional area drawn through that point perpendicular to the direction of flow of current. So in this definition there is a very important point, that cross-sectional area drawn through that point perpendicular to the direction of flow of current. That means we have to take the perpendicular area. I will make you understand this better with the help of diagram, but not in this video, in the next video. Till then, thank you so much class.